I want a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. Sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. Sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich.
Hi. I hope you're well. I had this cute idea. I was gonna do this stream with the original headset I used when I started on YouTube. But of all the microphones I kept, it's the only one I don't still have. Right next to the snowball I sent to Germany. Bosh. Hi. Hope you're well today. I just realised I haven't got chat on this. I need to pop my chat out. That'll help, won't it? Yes, we'll pop it out and come over here. Drag it over here so I can see you. I can't dock it over here, but I can at least see, can't I? I mean, that will do. Yeah, we'll put you here. That works. Yeah. Hi. Hope you're well. We've been here for a while. To season them. It is indeed, yes. Hi, everyone. Hello. I should probably say these people. Skog. It's been a while, hasn't it? Are we still doing Sabaton this year, Skog? Hi, Verity. Hello, Lotus. A shrimp fried my rice. Hello, Hupsis. Hello, Terry. Fishy Nidden? Okay, Fishy. I'm going to go with that. Aaron Wen, Fubar, Bry, Zero, Snuckles. It doesn't feel like 10 years. Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it, Joe? Because we started on, like, Patreon VCs and stuff, and Patreon streams on another channel, which was like in 2017, 2018. It's, yeah, I didn't realise we'd get this far, but alright. I'm considering each year now going forward, borrowed time for the time being. I've yet to be cancelled, which I'm okay with. Thank you for the congratulations, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I was going to be cheeky and use an old microphone, then I realised if I plugged in one of my OG microphones, because I've got the very first one I bought, the audio would be so bad, I'd get so many complaints. I mean, I'd laugh at it, but the dislikes would be a bit much, you know. It would be painful. Hello, Chav, Ragamuffin, TH, Random Web User, Zombroccoli. Pre-Discord it was, yeah. It was late 20... I think... Oh. It must have been early 2017 then, because it was late 2017 I had that anxiety issue. Hello, Cats. Hello, everyone. Hi, Keto Lisa and Indigo Sky. And Stacey Ann. There you go. I hope Stacey Ann, your little one, enjoys a good nap. Isn't talking about... It is a cancelable offence. You're quite right. Yes, you're not late at all. I started like 30 minutes early. I thought I'll just chill out for a bit, probably grab Leona at some point, and just chill. I did pull, because I know that there's a bit of a hot topic going on right now, some bits, updates that maybe we'll talk about in a bit. I don't know. But I wanted to start by saying thank you, because I've been here for a while. Thank you, Takeo Link. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I very grateful, because I think, was it 2 or 3 years in? I thought I was kind of screwed then. It might have been late 2016, because it wasn't long. I don't think. It wasn't too long after my mother passed away. That was September 2016. So it wasn't too. It was around that time, or not long after. I appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you. I thought I'd sent you a message about that. It's fine. I'll sort that out. I thought I had. Not doesn't matter. Yes, I thought we were kind of screwed years ago, and then we got a bit lucky with amber, which would be a joke, but turns out wasn't. Um, oh, it's a long, that complete version is very long. Um, I'm holding a nose. It was made by Pencil Cookie a while back for me. I think it was Pencil Cookie. Yeah. I just did the gradient thing on the background and the green bit around the outside because I thought that made it look a bit more striking, if that makes sense. But yeah, back in, I think it was 2016, 2017 when the anti-SGW started falling apart, I thought we were kind of done then. The amber stuff, no one else obviously covered that back then because they were more interested in atheists and, well, feminists, you know. Hi, Shirk and Victoria, hope you're well. Dr. Claw, I like Dr. Claw. That's Inspector Gadget, right? Yeah. I appreciate that, Zero. I hope you enjoy. They are quite, obviously they're complete versions. The added stuff is mostly the Decembers because, well, I didn't do December per se. And their Decembers are quite striking. Why have I got that donation alert twice on my end? That's weird. How strange is that? Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, it did. I think because that fight didn't need to exist anymore back then, and I thought, well, what do I do? And then I realised I could just do commentary, which is what I started doing anyway. I think I did politics originally. But didn't do so well. And I think it was last year or the year before I played the original video I did. The very, very first video. And I don't want to play that again because it's not horrendous. It's just not. No, thank you. Yeah, no. I'm not playing that again. I think I linked it in last year or the year before in the description or the pinned comment. Times change. But I wish that microphone still existed. If memory serves, what happened to it was I got given that as part of a computer set my dad got me for university, and it kind of broke it after, I think, close to 10 years. So, I mean, it served a fairly lengthy period. No headset I've had since has lasted as long, but I've never used a headset as much. Hi, Shady Lane and Kristen. Hope you're well, and I thank you very much. There's only Wizzy in here. She's on my lap, which is making my legs very warm because she is a radiator. Enjoy your luck. I think the harder years, I personally, over the years we've been here, that the harder years were actually just before COVID. Because while COVID got very repetitive on discussion, before then I didn't really have any idea what I was doing. So I was just pushing to be more full-time, whereas COVID forced me to be full-time. So I didn't end up having to go on welfare or anything, which I think that actually changed a lot of creators back then, because there were some like Cog, right? He went from being a video producer to streamer, and I think COVID really helped him in that respect because he built an audience on it. Plumpy, why are you edging closer and closer to falling off my chair? Hey? Don't do that. Don't be silly, yeah? Good girl. Give me a kiss. Good girl. Hi, the Alexander. Well, welcome back, Leona. Hope your food is yummy. And Yempi, hi. That means you've grown as a creator. It would be most pitiful to not see any change. I don't know if it changed too much. I think I've gotten lazier this year because of I don't know what, actually, to be fair. But we're still around. I was a bit impressed that some of the hotter topics, I think I may have accidentally pigeonholed myself a little, so trying to not be as cliche is not the easiest thing in the world, I will admit. COVID, yeah, a lot. I think I because of how active I was during COVID, and I had no choice. I was at that point what is considered a slave for views, because it was my only source of income, and that sucked, by the way. That really did suck, because I never liked the idea of not being able to live or be able to pay my bills from the cleaning work I do. If I can, from the cleaning work I do, pay all my bills, then this is more fun. I think it has shifted now to mostly this anyway, but I enjoy this enough that I don't really have to worry, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's certainly more fun than it was then. COVID especially, yeah. It's just not. No. that was a pain in the backside. Priorities. I like that. That's a nicer way of saying it, Brian. I agree. Sneak watching at work. As long as you're able to do your job, that's all that matters, eh? As long as I'm not inconveniencing your productivity levels. How's that? Stay hydrated, kids. And for those who are interested, I am drinking the Lagavulin 9 that was purchased last year for 9 years on YouTube. We have a goal at the top there, but that's coffee, and we're going to try and acquire a 10-year-old, a limited edition one, and then we just open it and obviously defile it with our mouth, because that's what you do. I think. Oh, what's this? Hi, Mark. Hope you're well. You don't have to be around too long. As long as you're here and you smash the like now, then we're all good. The COVID years were a pain in the backside. They're a pain in the backside because of my mobility being restricted, as in not me physically, but not legally being allowed to go out and just do whatever I wanted, really. I think that sucked more than anything in the world, really, because that wasn't nice. I think the one bonus is when I started this, I was in an armchair in the dining room. I then relocated to no vile buzzballs. No, we're not. I mean, I have an Amber video if we get bored later in a bit, but you never know. But I have no intention of covering Amber today. No, not the intention anyway. But you never know. I've still got the armchair, which is nice. I think I still have the laptop I sent to the artist that drew this image. Actually, the avatar. I think that's the same laptop I started on YouTube with, because I look after my stuff. And now I'm lucky enough, I guess, that even though not on speaking terms, I have this rather nice office. Actually, on that note, have I actually even checked the power levels today? I may have forgotten to do that because I'm stupid. That's not the power. There it is, Victron. That's what it's called. To our summer home when we have 40 square. Lucky bastards. Oh, we got plenty of power. We haven't pulled in much, but we didn't have to because the battery voltage is 13.66. That's pretty good. How old are you? I'm in my 30s, stupid kid. My channel is obviously only just entering its second decade, I guess. Because we've completed the first decade to the second one now, isn't it? Yeah. I started this when I was 29. Yeah, that's tragic, isn't it? I in retrospect, I had the opportunity to start a little bit sooner, and I didn't. I probably should have, to be honest, but anxiety and insecurity stopped that. Hello, Mind My Blues and Orla. Hope you're well. Let's see. What was I talking about before that? The cabin thing. Yeah, this took what 2 years now to build and sort out. Barely still in your. Shut your fucking mouth, Tempe. How dare you? We'll have less of this blasphemy. I have single malts that are younger than you, but I also have one that might be older than you, but only just. Don't try me. Your dad did very well. That's great, that, actually. Yeah, I'm a bit jealous. 40 square acres in this country would be considered inheritance taxable, and you'd lose about 40% of it at least. Yep. 40 square acres also, you'd just be taxed so much on it. You'd be in this country. You're lucky if you get 1/4 of an acre and you're not taxed to high hell over it because it's such a commodity. I'll bully away. I don't. It's not ideal, but I expect it from the German because German. Well, that one in particular, anyway. Others are fine. This one though, sus. Videos with us. Oh, I appreciate that, stupid. I really do. That's very kind of you. I do too, Ragamuffin. But there are some taxes I'm okay with. Hi, Genti Maxi. Take back Carney, no chance. My two taxes I'm okay with are the cheese tax for the dogs and the whiskey tax for me. You're welcome. That's a lot on it is a lot. There are some that are a bit extorted. There's actually, I saw something today quite fun. So I've been giving my politicians a lot of stick on Twitter or X. They're now bringing in a respect order where you won't be told about it, but you will be hit with it. That will restrict your ability to post on social media in the United Kingdom. And I'm like, Bish, most of us use VPNs. Don't try us. Hi, Bean. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good day today. That's all right, Mark. Thank you for being here. Delicious. Only works if you're honouring. I agree, but sadly, that's not ever the case in politics, is it? It's all about optics. Technically considered upper middle class, or really, mine's considered working class, always. At best, working class. You'll need a few. You say that. Actually, there is a bottle of Antiquary 30. It's quite cheap. There's a 40. I think there's a 35 that's actually quite affordable. And I think you're around that area. I know you are. Yeah. I know there are some really cheap distilleries that do really, really old whiskies. I know a few. Antiquary is the obvious one. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I didn't yawn throughout the entire last stream on Twitch, but alright. I appreciate that. Cautionary tale, not how to manual. No, not a how-to manual, sorry. That's very true. I misread you for a second. As a bill I need to pay to have neighbours who don't... That's understandable. A VPN works if your login credentials are UK based. I think you might be able to say, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say I don't know because I'm not entirely certain. But I'd like to believe that, yes, it actually does help. Although I do think that they should take all the stick in the world because you're politicians. As far as I'm concerned, you are public servants and you should be punished for choosing this career path. You were all bullied in school and you all deserved it. You're welcome. What was I talking about before that? Oh, hello, Plumpy. You're yawning as well, are you? Hello, give me a cuddle. Good girl. Never going to. Yeah, I didn't know that the land thing. Oh yeah, working class. That's it. Yeah, my family have always been, I'd say poor, but maybe slightly worse than that. To be fair, as a kid and young adult. I worked out the other day actually. So I mentioned my teenage years were disrupted a lot on Discord. I mentioned it a few times streams. Turns out, and I counted this, how many times I moved between the age of 15 and 20. I put it down as 6. Actually, it was closer to 9 because I had actually left because they moved away and then they didn't, so I had to move back. And then they moved away and I stayed with somebody else for a bit, and then I had to move again, and I tried to move away and lost my job and had to move back. So I got disrupted. I don't like moving anymore. But we've been here for 12 years now, which is, well, my family have been here 20, but 12 years is not bad for a guy that mostly operates in a wooden shed at the end of the garden. Yes, I'm quoting somebody for that one. Do you do anything outside of YouTube? Yes, I am a cleaner. Weirdly, no, I am a cleaner. I clean a pub in the mornings every single day, including Christmas, and I clean a bakery between 3 and 5 times a week, which is nice. Lefroy 10, that's appropriate, yeah. Yeah, I've always had the cleaning work. I've had it since 2014. I've always done it. I won't let go of it because they pay in cash. That's pretty much the only reason I bother doing it. But also, by the time I go to work and do that and come back, I've done 10,000 steps. So I walk there every day. Although I did notice my youngest sister had finally found a charger, or had ordered one for the scooter she'd given me. To which I have now. It's been charged up because I don't really speak to that member of the family. I've just told them to throw it in the bin because I don't really give a crap about it. I'm not going to use it, so give it to somebody else who'll use it, or just get rid of it. You know. The only reason it was given to me is because I'm the only person willing to put my foot down and floor it, and that was years ago. I don't think I've touched it in 4 years, maybe 3-4 years now. I don't get it, but okay. Finally get a charger for it. Okay. I think I know why David was down here over the weekend. Not that I got to hang out, but hopefully we'll get another episode of Not Worth a Cork out in the near future. We'll see on that front. I find cleaning quite therapeutic, and I also think that all creators, all of them, I don't care who you are. Hi, Plumpy. You a good girl? Good girl. All creators should have a job away from this. Yeah. I think it's important to have that. My goals this year were mostly to be stable, but also clear any bills I had outstanding before the end of the year, so I could. Well, actually, Ragamuffin mentions buying a forever home. I'd like to get my own place, have this as my office and workspace, but have a place of my own, because I only inhabit a box room in a small house. There's 2 Z's in Wizzy. Please, don't. She's not a 1Z person, or 1Z doggo. I think that it'd be nice to have personal space, a bit more than what I currently have. Although I think this being an extension isn't too bad. The only drawback is because hello Plumpy, how cold it gets in the winter. I risk damaging my possessions. Are you panting? Are you that warm? Really? You want to be on my lap that much? And you're still too warm. A barista. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? I think that's great. And Stoop Kid also being a cleaner. That's great. Anyone that has work away from being a creator, whether you're monetized or not, I think it's good to have that stability as well, I think. Although I say that being self-employed, so there's not technically any stability involved, is there now? Hi, you okay? Give me a kiss. Mwah. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Give me a kiss. Good girl. She needs attention. She does. Am I covering Mr. Enter's video on... No, I don't know who that is. I don't know those names at all, I'm afraid, Mr. Gamer. I'd have to look them up. And I know nothing going into it. Are you really that warm? Do I need to put a fan on for you? Is that it? Do you want me to put a fan on you? I haven't got any cold water. I've got water. Twitter rant when I'm not working. I've seen your Twitter. I've seen a few people who rant a lot on Twitter at the moment, especially about the world stuff. It's a bit, yeah. It's a poisonous area of the internet to inhabit, I find, and I think there's a big risk to one's sanity. Yeah. Oh yeah, donation. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Yempi, for mentioning it. If anyone does want to, with the coffee link in the pinned comment, it will. There is a. I'm not. The whole thing isn't going on whiskey. Don't be stupid. But the rest goes on dog treats, basically, and cat treats. That's pretty much how I've always operated. I have compiled a short list of potential 10-year-old. You want to go down, don't you, Pumpy? Hang on, let me put you down. Let me put the blanket on the floor. I'm going to sort this out quickly because I think she's a bit warm, and I'm going to put a fan on with a small power bank and hopefully cool her off a little bit. So if I do this like that, there you go. Well, you're the one panting, not me. Okay? Is that better? Okay. There's a fan on you. Okay. The fan on you, you're good. Right. Do forgive, headphones are not on. Right. Perfect. Oh, do you need water? Hang on. Hang on. There you go. Get yourself some water, okay? Good girl. Sorry, I should have considered Plumpy's vastly more important needs before I started rambling. I don't know anything about this. And whiskey, yeah, I do. Hence why we're searching. We have a short list of 10-year-old ones that are all defined as limited edition or limited release or something. And I'm like, well then, we'll go for that. Scared to find out what Mr. Enter's take was. He wasn't exactly great with them. Do manage to choose the wrong thing to say. I really don't know anything about it then. I can't see a reviewer who's facing SO. If it's allegations, I won't touch it. Because allegations are just that. Hi, Maeve. Hello, everyone that's joining. I hope you're well today. I'll design a small home for you if you wish. Floor plan, but still. Oh, that's very nice of you. Yes, that's very kind of you. What have I missed? I think I've caught up, actually. Yeah, I don't generally touch allegations for the most part. If there's something criminal going on, like a legal side of it, then I definitely won't. If it's just he said, she said with some screenshots, then I'll look at it. But I'm a bit reluctant these days. If it's a Google Doc, I want to roll my eyes a little bit because it's so beyond cliche now. I'm not anti people exposing for bad things. I just don't like that. That is where people seem to go instead. I find that really disheartening that people are more interested in just going out of instead of going down the legal path, seeking instead just to what can be considered. I mean, others do anyway. I'm not saying, by the way, anyone is clout chasing or poisoning the well, but it often gets thrown into that area of how it's perceived. It's a tricky one. It's why I don't. Whenever I did in the past crime videos, I waited until there was a sentence, guilty or what? Is that a sentence? No, the verdict. That's the word. Verdict of guilty or yawn. Sorry, or not guilty. Right. I think that's a bit more. I had to learn that lesson over a period of time, because if I commented on something that hadn't been resolved, I got into a lot of trouble for it. The most obvious one I got flack for was, what's his name? Was it Ahmed Arbery? Arbery? I think people know who it was in. I was in some American state. Nux and Hassan. That's hilarious, though. I will admit, I look forward to seeing. I just want to see Hassan actually back himself for a change, with actually back with proof for a change, as opposed to him just screaming. Yeah, it's hilarious. Let's go with that. And I have an itch. There we go. Are you You're in front of the fan. And you're okay. She's gone to sleep on the blanket. You're a glutton for punishment. You are indeed. I think anyone that's been here long enough either has something wrong or actually, I think that's it. Actually, yeah. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but I kind of am. It's been 10 years. I thought after the years of watching other creators, I mean, some have done or been here as long and just carried on going up. We've kind of always faltered, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind that there's never been consistent growth or consistent viewership. It's always fluctuated on this end, which is fine. I think it makes it a bit harder to push as much as I'd like to, but I think that it's fine, really, because again, this is just part and parcel. When Metacurd once said that every creator has a rise, a plateau, and a fall, I don't think we've plateaued at any. If we have plateaued, it's only been with a moderate consistency in some views. 5 years subbed. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you don't have any regrets. And the people convicted got 20 years. Yeah. So when I did the video, they weren't convicted. And then because of the nature of that particular subject, it really was. I don't think anyone could have got it right at that time because of how contentious it was. Brain damage. Nice. Well, Juniper, you deserve that. And since I know you've donated, I thank you very much. I think others had. For some reason, my thing is whatever. I think I need to look into that. I have to sort out a few bits and bobs. My blues. Hope you're well. I always say left, but I mean right. We're all a bit faulty. That's the word. Faulty. Yes. But the rise, plateau, and fall thing. I've not seen too many creators that fall within this area unless they've done something really, really stupid. And I don't think too many do that at the moment. The only one that stands out, and I'm not throwing them under the bus, is, and I'm not saying they've done anything wrong either because I'm not involved, is Boblax. I'm not throwing Boblax under the bus. I'm saying Boblax has suffered a consequence for a change and for a few events that really didn't work in Boblax's favour. And they're suffering for it. Hi Lindy Lou, who hope you're well. Hope everyone that joins is having a marvellous day today. Hope you're having a great day. We are this channel is officially 10 years old, which is great. Don't forget to smash the like. But yeah, Boblax is one of those ones that I don't know if they deserved it because I wasn't paying too much attention. but I know that they recorded something they shouldn't have recorded. So that already, that's a bad move. But when you build a career on doing just, Twitter readings, and then you get involved in more personal sides of things, then I think it's not great. Tipster fell hard. Well, Tipster's a moron, and Just a Robot is a tool. No offense if you're listening, Jar, but don't forget I still have certain DMs with you and my avatar artist, and I'm not okay with it. I sometimes watch Bo Black's videos, the Twitter versus stuff. I really enjoyed. It was a very handy way of seeing it just compartmentalized, and now I actually don't know what the correct word is. Bo Black's presented it and didn't put too much personal opinion in, which may have made Bo Black seem like a fence rider, right? But that wasn't the case. It was just presenting the information that was known in the correct order. And that's something many people didn't do. People didn't put it in the correct order, they put it out of order. And I struggle with this. It's when I covered, today I covered Chantal, right? The one thing I noticed, I put some clips out of order on purpose, but the tweets were not. They were in the correct order. But some of the tweets that we had collected, I bookmarked. I had shenanigans reach out to me in DMs with some as well, actually. Some of them were out of order, and I had to quickly just make sure I didn't cross over and reread the same ones over and over again. And that's a learned skill as well, I think. Because if you don't put things in the right order, then you're going to be... Well, you're screwing up, aren't you? Yeah. Why people would like to... Well, so in my case, shrimp fried rice, he introduced me to... He introduced me to some people. I was in a Twitter DM group with him and Hannah Clark, Hannah Animal, whatever it was she goes by, Hannah. And he was just nice in the group at first, and then I realised he was trying to hook us up, and he wasn't. I was like, "Don't try me. This isn't. No, not happening." And then I'd found out he'd become a massive tosser, and I was like, "Well, I'm still in that group, by the way. Your messages are going nowhere. Why? Because I'm there." Okay, IDubbbz and the downfall. I'll create a Clash 3. That'll be interesting because you've lost a lot of fighters. We find out that it wasn't for charity, and 30+% was going to go to Anissa and iDubbbz. I mean, this is horrendous. I understand why promotional fee bollocks, but that's not how we do things for charity. Tipster was okay, and yeah, he was okay because we used to use him for sources for topics, and I don't mean like fully. It's just like you get the information vaguely from him. Then go find the sources. To me, Tipster is a tragic case of somebody who got ideas above his station, crept across the line 100,000, and now where is he? He at one point, I'm pretty sure he was larger than I was. He got his play button before me. If I quickly go and look at his channel, I'm going to go find him on YouTube. Does he even have a channel anymore? Oh yeah, he's at 101,000. Now he was higher at a point, but he's not as active anymore, is he? He did make republic. He did make public again all the old videos, didn't he? He has been active actually. He has his latest videos from 6 hours ago. It's got 185 views. He doesn't do as well anymore, and you deserve that, I'm afraid. Sorry, Tipster, but you brought that on yourself. I don't want to say that to him. I don't want anyone to like fail, if that makes sense. I can't see. Yeah, but he did. I think the worst thing for him is he's been here long enough as a creator now that he's brought it on his failure, his arrogance. He chose the wrong crowd, and then he stabbed all his friends in the back for what he dubbed an ideological stance. Yeah, and he screwed up. I doubt he'll. I thought he'd have a renaissance at one point, but no, it's not likely. He did defend Careful's. Careful's is an interesting. Oh god, that was a mistake. We all make mistakes with who we have, and this is how I learnt my lesson. I learnt my lesson after the anti-SJWs, but I walked away because I was advised to by someone else. I had met this person, the first creator I'd ever met, called Mim Hedram. He was a fellow anti-SJW. He was doing social science. He called the the fall of the anti-SJWs. He said it was going to happen. He was right, and we were discussing it over like freaking beer and burgers at Spoons or something. We met up. I'd been sent some sweets by my friend Magnus. I gave some to Mim, who'd actually come to court in Canterbury, because we went to a hearing about the crash my mum was in. He met up with me there, and he didn't know who I was at that point. I saw him, and I gave him the sweets, and we had a little chat and met up for drinks and stuff. And we talked about the decline of the anti-SJWs, because he said it was going to happen. And I thought, you know what, you are an authority in this respect. I'm going to distance myself. And over the years, I've discovered more and more creators are just absolute trash. There's a lot of them are snakes, and Tipster is a great example of it. Just a Robot is as well. I don't know about Boblax. I think he is trying to rebuild. I think he is. They are. Boblax is. I don't know. And I think we've seen like other falls. Like I think Death Noodles had a pretty big crash as well. No offense to Death Noodles, but Death Noodles should have stuck with the character, because the money was good. I mean, if I was getting the views that Death Noodles got, and all I had to do was put on an irritating voice, more irritating than this one anyway, I would have happily done it. Tipster's better than Illuminati. That is very true. That is very true. I mean, it's not. I think everyone's doing better than Illuminati. Find someone who's just uploaded the first video, it's got 1 view and 1 like. They're already doing better than Illuminati and Creepshow Art. Maybe Death Noodles as well, actually. I think at the time Death Noodles did pull some pretty crappy stunts, though. And hello, Dad, by the way. I see your WhatsApp. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. Hope you're well. Hello, JP. Hello, everyone that joined. Hope you're doing marvellously. What I'm going to do... nope, not going to do that yet. I have, just in case we do get bored, which I don't think we will yet. If anyone has any questions, by the way, ask away. I'm quite happy to answer things. Is she still uploading? I don't think Illuminati is. I think Illuminati's channel is done. I didn't forget about Creepshow Art because I got on well with Creepshow Art. I got on well with them. I never had like DMs or conversations, but I think they'd mentioned me on a live stream once or something. Yeah. Oh, Onision's always lurking. I'd rather they be... okay, so when it comes to people like Onision who have faced accusations that they faced, I would rather they be visible than invisible. If I can't see them, no one knows what then I don't know what they're doing, right? We can't, if they're removed from the platform, where do they go? What do they do next? How can you be sure that they are? Because when you're Onision who's had all that success, and to show for it, you have all those play buttons, and you have a nice house, nice land. You destroy the land because you're an idiot. I think that it's a really dangerous thing to take someone who's so used to succeeding, even with controversy online, and then prohibit their ability to be present. Yeah, inhibit their ability to be present. And I think Onision is never going to be able to let go of that. Yeah. Hoping you'll sneak back Captain's logs, or maybe one day. Hello, manga artist. That's the word. I see it. If I've not said hello to anyone, I do apologise. Hope you're all well. Eugenia and Jeffree Star. I know nothing of what's... Are they collaborating, or what? Are they dating? What? Is Eugenia still alive? Is Eugenia alive? Oh, sorry. I didn't know if Eugenia was still with us. To be fair, I didn't know Jeffree Star was still with us, actually, at that point, to be honest. Better than Illuminati's. I think I'm grateful you say that, but I'm jealous of the success that Illuminati has had. If I had a gold play button, I probably would be a bit full of myself, but thankfully there are people here to stop me doing that. I think if I had earned the kind of money she had, I'd be very content, wouldn't I? I had said if I earned enough money, I wouldn't do this, because I wouldn't need to. My cost of living isn't overly high, so it's not a huge issue for me. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope she gets help, because she's a lot I mean, I'll give her credit. Her body's will to live is impressive. It really is. Um, but I'm hoping that I hope she gets the help she needs, because that's not great. Because again, while she has that will to live, and I remember seeing her look so much better, she was clearly getting the help she needed. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very honest about No Lives Matter, because I think it's very important. If you want absolute equality, the only way to get it, guys, is for no lives to matter. You're all welcome. I hope you learnt a valuable lesson here today. I'm all about that helping. Did my phone just go off again? Oh, it was Restream. I don't care about that. I'm not using Restream. It is true. Well, I said that about like Chantal. She's in her early 40s, isn't she? It's impressive what the body can withstand. Same with Amber, actually. Although Amber's around Yempi's age, isn't she? Azathoth. Oh, the blind laughing god. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I did a reading of Azathoth on Moistski Reads. You're welcome. That kind of goes against my career choices. I find many things go against my career choices. Like I can never be skinny because I like food too much. I can't. No. I put in my steps today, and the first thing I did, I went past the bakery on the way back, and I saw they had 2 cheese and bacon pastries, and thought, I'm having those. And thankfully they know me, so they knew I'd make a beeline immediately for anything hot. So they grabbed the 2 things, knowing that I was going to go for them. What do you think, Ishan? I think she's in Canada. Let's see, what have I missed? James Charles being cancelled for the same reason as last time. Oh, the inappropriate messaging of younger people. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? James Charles is almost uncancelable. The only thing I think you can cancel James Charles with, and harm James Charles with, is the makeup stuff. That I think that might be the only area where you can get James Charles in like retail side of things. YouTube wise, no chance. I love that more recently within like gossip in the online drama space, people are talking about, like, for example, Jojo Siwa is now dating a bloke, and people are like, oh, I guess Mickey Rourke was right then. I mean, yeah, Mickey Rourke was right, but not. It doesn't have to be so blunt about it, because come on. Oh, he tried to F. Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it, Lindy? That's just lovely. People are terrible. Is this what happens when you make loads of money? Is that what happens? I mean, I know that I've been accused of like being a grifter or something. I get it, but I've never made the money these guys made. Like, if I in 1 month made. Thank you, Lindy. I hope you're well. If I could make what they make in 1 month, then I'd be very happy. Of course I would, but not at the price of my sanity. Fan. And you're 35. One of us. A bit older. We're all a bit older. Well, I am anyway. 36. Oh, you did you last week? Oh, happy birthday for last week, Ragamuffin. To celebrate your birthday, like my stream. You're welcome. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. I found that some of those. I don't know. Maybe it's not all creators though, is it? But there's a lot of them. Once they start making that big money, it really does go to their heads, doesn't it? Some don't know what to do with the money, I guess. But a lot of them come from remarkably privileged backgrounds. And they do know what they're doing, and they're kind of crap at keeping money. You already did. Fair enough. You make your excuses. You're older, old Jarl at 40. I think you'll find there's a couple in here who are a little bit older than that, but I'm glad you're open about your 40ness. Although, actually, I think my dad's older at 21. You're welcome. But yes, there is a... there is an age gap. But yeah, I think there's a level of arrogance, really, isn't there, that comes with like that stupid success. I don't know why I've never. I mean, I guess it's lucky. I think. Yeah, sure. I never made that kind of money to be able to be that much of a loser. Although I've never been such a loser that I made hundreds of thousands, then blew it on a Tesla that I didn't get to keep, and then lost everything in crypto. Mostly because I don't want to buy a Tesla, they're too expensive. And I also don't want to waste my money in crypto, because crypto is not a worthy investment. I like cash more than that, thank you. Coffee.com. I'd rather not. No, we're not doing that. With the and I know it's a shot at Boogie, but at least I'll give Bugs some credit. Boogie has clawed back a bit, right? What's money? Well, if it's yours, it's everyone else's property. If it's mine, it's whiskey investments. That's what it is. Yes. On that note, if you'd like to support this channel, oh, Aaron Wynn, happy birthday for last week. People just touch on what they used to. Yeah, I agree. I think, I guess to an extent, I have a bit of a blessing in that because of this office now, especially. I have all this space now. I say all this space. There's a bruschetta pack empty on my desk here. I've got a yogurt pot I need to put in the bin after this. But my right side of my desk is Warhammer and models, and I did some book nooks I put on Instagram and stuff. Yeah, I have all that. I've been doing hobby stuff recently. My avatar artist sent me this little paper puzzle. It makes a stingray, I think. I don't know what it is. I put a picture of it somewhere, and it had no instruction. Then when I finished, I realised there are two pieces that go into the main body that I hadn't put in. So it holds together, but it doesn't look as good as it's meant to look if you look at it from the front. So I'm not putting them on, and I'm not. I glued it together because I didn't. The instructions are so bad. They didn't have like details, numbers, and like it just vaguely points up things that might look right to go on there. It's like a slotting. You know those wooden puzzles that unclip and just slot in together. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, like a bit on the Boogie. Well, Boogie did fake cancer. From Minnesota. Hi, hope you're well, Geordie. Hope you're well. Smash the like. For my TTRPG addiction, nothing wrong with that. Everyone likes a bit of D&D, if that's what you're referring. Isn't that TTRPG? Oh god, I've made a fail, haven't I? I haven't played in far too long. I do have that Maledictum book though. I need to look at some point properly. I put it on the bookshelf yesterday. Was yesterday Sunday? Yes, it was. Yesterday I put it on the bookshelf in my living room. I was sorting out books and stuff. I was thinking to myself, if I got another book nook, it may have to come into the cabin, and it would look good on that bookshelf. And I realised I got too many books for the bookcase. Well, I don't have too many books. It just won't look as nice. Yeah. And those book nooks were really nice. Although I think the one my sister got me for my birthday was better than the one I bought from Mankind. The one from Mankind didn't have a clear plastic front, and the button for it is on the inside of the frame, which is it's fine, but it just looks a bit odd. Yeah. Whereas this one is a bit more forgiving, if that makes sense. The one my sister got me has that plastic front, and you just touch a little sensor on the front that's barely glued into place. A Call of Cthulhu's alright. Nothing wrong with that. And Starfinder, very popular. So how are you all today, by the way? Hope you had a nice day. We have a sip of this. Well, yeah. What have I been reading? I have been reading a Witch Hunter's Guide because it's all about me helping find the witch and destroy the witches. Yeah, got to teach them a lesson. Magic the Gathering. Nothing wrong with Magic, although I haven't played in years. The person I used to play with was David, and he mostly played with my niece because I would not play. I refuse to play against my niece because I don't want to lose. I also don't want to beat her because it's not fair. So I don't play as much now. Although in my town there is now a shop that has just become exclusively a Pokemon shop, and they do game nights. Now I don't play Pokemon. I can't be arsed. Oh, sorry, I was reading the comments. Yeah, if they ever did other games beyond Pokemon like Magic, I'd be tempted to go and have a go. I haven't played in that kind of setting in years. I know I do need to actually get a social life at some point. I don't really have one, unless I'm going to Norwich, which I'm going next week, although I haven't bought my train tickets. There might be a slight issue on that, but I'll look into it. If you have a 3D blueprint for your avatar, I don't have one for it, I'm afraid, Ryan. Although if I did, I probably could have tried to print as well. To be fair, I've got two printers. Although one's a bit on the older side, The resin one I still haven't even set up. I've got a Elegoo Mars 2 resin printer, which I've never used. It's just been sat in my office for 2 years because I'm an idiot. And my main printer is my standard PLA one is Creality Ender 3, which hasn't been, again, it hasn't been used in a while, but it's quite nice. Although apparently quite old, antiquated now by standards, which, I mean, I'm not going to replace them. I don't really need to. I just make random bits here and there. I'm not really as interested in that anymore. Does that make sense? Yeah. But the Witch Hunter's handbook thing was a Warhammer thing, and I've been reading it bit by bit. The pages are written in ye old font. It's got a rubber cover, so it's quite nice. The V3 keys where it's at. So you told me about that, and I did put it to one side on my Amazon wish list, not my YouTube one, my standard one, Skog, and then I forgot about it. My neighbour recently he's acquired a printer. It has PLA in it. It has 8 spools in dehumidifiers behind it in one big unit, and this monster of a machine in front. And I'm like, I've only got an Ender 3. And he's like, yeah, I got one of those too, but they're just rubbish now. Oh, okay. Okay. You have 8 spools on the go. Are you kidding me? He has so... It's I think he got that from, I think, Inheritance, or, I don't know, Postcode Lottery or something. I don't know. He got some kind of financial boon, and he got himself a little treat like that. And I thought, I mean, I like to buy a little treat here and there, but I'll stick to buying a nice guitar instead. I'll stick to that. I've got nice guitars, so I'm happy with that. Well, that, and also this year I bought my very first 30-year-old whiskey, so that was quite nice. Ye resin printing is messy cleanup. I've heard it is. How they went from being very good to kind of meh in only a few years. Oh, the Ender 3, yeah. So yeah, it must have happened while because I'd stopped using mine. I think around the time I got this cabin, I'd stopped using mine for a bit because I was busy. No, it wasn't when I had the cabin. It would have been after. I didn't have the space in my bedroom because I was using it full time as an office. And it was just making my room too warm, and then I was getting more complaints from people about the audio. That I can hear a printer in the background. Okay, I'll stop using it then. So I did. That was you, Nathan, by the way. Yeah, don't think I don't remember. Hope you hear that. But yeah, I remember I thought it was good. I did get given a 3D printer pen. I've still got it, and I never bothered to learn to use it because I thought it was the dumbest gift I'd ever received. But yeah, the technology has advanced a fair bit from what I've heard. And you've had a fair few Ender 3s, haven't you, Skog? Yeah, you've had a fair few. But you actually do this as a profession, though, don't you? Oh, thank you, Leon. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I'll do that. Congratulations on 0 years. I appreciate that. I mean, 10 years later, yeah. 10 years ago, we didn't have super chats. I think that's actually why a lot of people didn't stream as much on YouTube. Yeah. Because they introduced super chats a few years after I started. And that's when people all started moving over to that, didn't they? I think that really changed the game for this platform. Especially if they're trying now to... I think it's been argued by some that this is a better platform to stream on than Twitch these days. But what with the rise of the likes of Rumble and Kick, I could argue Odyssey as well, but that's all crypto based, and I don't care for crypto. You could argue that those other platforms offer even better opportunity for creators. I think that's one of the best things to happen in the last 10 years is that YouTube, while it is still number one for content creation, even if the vast majority of it is AI bot channels pulling the same crap, with the same clips being used over and over again with audio in the background to try and make it seem like it's fair use when it's completely not. If it's not that, then it's still the best platform for video to be uploaded, at least. Although I can envision that changing in the next 5-10 years if YouTube don't get a handle on this bullcrap This bullshit of shorts ruining everything. I don't watch shorts anymore. I don't watch TikToks either because it's the same. And Twitter has become the same as well. I know you have followers, but I like to find new people to follow, and I can't anymore because I can't see. I had someone do this to me yesterday. They point out that, oh yeah, but even though you see all these accounts doing the same crap, you just go to who I follow and you're fine. Like, yeah, but I need to see new things. I have to actually find it. Yeah, I don't. That's the one big thing I really hate, and that's the advantage. I mean, there's a pro to AI, sure, but this is taking the piss. The same accounts farming for the same clicks over and over again with the same things, and then multiple other accounts, sock accounts and new accounts will appear and do the exact same thing over and over again. Like, you can piss off. Actually, you can rightly piss off. If I get called a grifter because I say coffee.com/Omegon and then all the numbers afterwards, what are you when you're stealing videos and putting some bullcrap music over the top? Like, what are you if I'm a grifter? I don't know. I might be salty. Maybe that's it. I could believe that at this point. But let's see. Have I missed anything so far? I have not. I'm seeing conversations. I have the final pieces of an Umbreon Pokeball printing. Oh, really? That's cool. Instagram Reels. I don't watch those either. I don't watch any of it. I can't. I used to come home from work in the morning and I'd sit down for my Weetabix and have a couple yogurt pots, and I now just listen to music instead. I'd normally watch something because then my eyes would get to enjoy something. Now I just don't bother because that fun of watching just derpy videos has been taken away from me in favour of bullshit that YouTube, Twitter and TikTok are unlikely to do. That's happening in YouTube comics. Comics YouTube is people reading comics with AI and us. So the AI voice stuff, I don't like it. I really don't. I don't like it because it's the same. There are about 6 different like voices you regularly hear. One is like a David Attenborough. There's a Warhammer channel that does it as well. He does it with that Attenborough voice, and I'm just like, I'm not recommending you because you're not a creator. You're a bitch who won't use your voice. If you want to succeed or be something on this platform, you have to use someone else's voice to do it. Have you succeeded? No. You've conned your way to the top. That's what you did. It's like a voice modulator. Don't try me. Alright? Like, be better. It took me 7 years with my poxy English accent and perpetually shadow banned account to get there. Okay, if it takes you 7 years, so bloody well be it. Although, didn't YouTube announce a year ago or 2 years ago they were reducing the size of the play buttons because of cost? And I'm like, well, this is your fault, right? You created this monster and that permitted all these fake accounts to come here and con everyone into farming for clicks. You created it because you wanted to be like TikTok. Is it worth it? Not really. Because shorts, by the way, shorts like TikToks are worth pennies. So what are you really doing? You're farming for clicks for no reason. I mean, you have rewatchability on your side, and you also have an algorithm that favours AI content anyway. It has to favour AI because it doesn't favour actual creators. It's why I stopped doing shorts for the crime stuff, and why I don't bother doing as much for the whiskey stuff. Because what's the point? It won't be seen. We need to protect Meg. Coffee.com / and then all those things. That's how you protect me. With single malts. Let's see. Whose work is this about? I've missed conversation. I'm reading someone else's conversation, aren't I? I am. I'm going to go with that. I never watch it. Yeah, so I'm trying to make it a point not to anymore shrimp fried my rice. They're making millions, billions every year, even after that. They do, and that annoys me because I don't. And I will admit I'm jealous to an extent because I do struggle comparatively. But I do admit I take pride in the fact that at least I know that I've done this. Again, I can actually, whereas you can probably take it for granted that you got a play button, at least I can say I earned a play button, right? none of these can say that. How's the drink? This is a 9-year-old Lagavulin for last year's 9-year anniversary. It's quite nice. We're obviously cheekily trying to get our hands on a 10-year-old single malt this year. We are not anywhere near it, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm gonna. I think Yona's joined me in VC, so I'm gonna badger her for a bit. Sup, woman? You are there. I can see you.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hi. What's going on?
Hi. Hi, everyone.
That's not what I asked.
I didn't hear you. Hold on. What'd you say?
I said what's going on.
Nothing. Just watching your chat. Hello, chat.
Yay.
Trying to be a good mod. Dropping links and whatnot.
You don't have to do that.
Add,
your channel has been coming back. That's very kind of you, Lotus. Don't add. Who cares? Ignore them. They'll be demonetized afterwards anyway. Did you get the? I did not get the sake liqueur. No, I did not order. I told you multiple times I couldn't because I had to keep travelling to Norwich, didn't I? You have to wait until I'm able to afford it, and that probably won't be for a couple of months, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, but I can't. No, I can't justify buying something I might not try anytime soon. I still want to, but I can't justify it just yet. I'm sorry. For those who don't know, I had to travel to Norwich multiple times to go and be with a friend who was going through a really tough time, so I went and did that instead. Which seemed a bit more, well, I mean, the alcohol probably would have been better if I could have taken it with me, but no, that wasn't an option. Wildling sounds wired on Kafifi. Possibly.
Maybe a little bit. And thank you, Raga.
Might have been a
and hi, Kat. Hi, Lindy. And hey, Puck. How's my Pucky Puck?
Feel better for that?
Yes.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
Right.
He can't get us here, Puck.
Can't talk either.
Stop.
Completely unrelated. Do you want Mini Meg to have wings? I never liked the wings on my avatar in the first place, but I think it's hilarious that people want to do that. If you want to do that, go nuts. I'd love to see the result, whatever it is you are doing there, Juniper. I actually don't. I'm not worried about. It's not. I'm not trying to put off or reject outright Orla. I just, at the time when you sent that money, I could not commit because I had to go and do something a bit more important. I do want to try it. I just can't yet. That's all. And I can't justify because I'm still paying off a suit. So I have to be a bit more annoyingly responsible in most respects anyway. I might put that in the bin when I get a chance, actually. Now I've remembered. Now I'll give it a charity. It'd be easier. I always change sizes. There's no point keeping it.
I know.
I
just in case.
Nope, not happening. The shoes are fine. The rest can go to charity. It'll be used by somebody who needs it.
Okay, at least you keep.
Well, I keep my shoes anyway.
I
kept them for the last funeral. I bought them for that one. In fact, last time I keep shoes because I like shoes. Say the M word. No, because my coffee's looking a bit Spartan there. I'm just saying. Sorry, Lotus Page, but it's not a freebie. We don't do free stuff here. I'll remind you about Sabaton after the stream. Yeah, I thought you'd. I had wondered if you were going to message me about that because I wasn't too sure if we were still doing it. Obviously, I will happily go because free gig. I will go to free gig.
Yeah, hey Skog. Yeah.
It was going to take months to recover. That's fair. You can bug away. I don't mind as long as you know it'll be a while because again I've got to pay that suit off. My one and done thing. I'm glad you're doing better, by the way, Chav. Let's see what else is going on. Have I missed? I think I'm caught up actually. So what's going on anyway?
Nothing. I'm boring.
A nasty case of poor, you say, Skog. I'm very sorry to hear that. Relatable, one of us. Congratulations.
Yeah, one of us.
Yours is obviously because of your was it your car? Was it this time or was it health?
It was my car this time. Yeah.
Yeah. But then cars are an investment at least, so.
Yeah. Well, I was just lucky I had the money to fix it, considering what happened.
Yes, you were lucky to not lose your life. Hi, thank you, Kefki. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say.
Yes. Yes, everyone is lovely. Even Tempe.
Nope.
Tempe has her moment.
Nope. £800 chest scan. Oh, you have to go private for your rib issue. I remember now. I
Oh.
remember.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very sorry about that. I'm surprised, after all these years of knowing you, I'm somewhat surprised that still hasn't been dealt with. Because that's a lot of life wasted on health. Well, a lack thereof, actually, to be more precise.
Yeah.
What do I know, though? Okay. I don't know what to talk about now. I've run out of things.
Yes, broccoli, lovely.
What?
All the lovely. I'm talking to broccoli, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Well, I believe this is when we ask, what's everybody's plans and try to work from there again. Hi, Bri.
Okay.
Dog.
That's why I left the fuggler at home. Well, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about now. I'm afraid I've kind of run out of stuff to talk about.
I don't know, you want to troll through Twitter and see what's on Twitter?
No, because my Twitter's just dog shit. It's I don't like looking through Twitter. Unless I follow people, it's just redundant. I'm kind of stuck. I think I might call it actually because I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I've enjoyed this though. It's nice just to ramble for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to vanish then. I need to I need to shut down here anyway. Yeah. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Say goodbye, Leona.